Homer followed a cooking tutorial while driving, until he ended up driving his car into the ocean. He immediately thought of sending a distress signal via a fax machine, so the rescue team saved him in time. Homer was taken to court for reckless driving. The judge revoked his license and fed it to a police dog.
Burn their poop.
From then on, Homer could only walk to wherever he wanted to go. He could only watch others drive. Homer had a lot of trouble getting to the bar, but this made him feel incredibly satisfied.
Get in here, Boozy. You're late for your drunkening.
No, from now on, walking is my beer, and feeling good is my hangover.
He then tried walking to work at the new power plant. Traffic was horribly congested. Homer could choose any route to get to work. Thus, Homer became the first to arrive at the company. Burns specially rewarded him with a World's Fair ticket. Learning Homer walked. Burns also wanted to try walking.
Oh, I'd better drag myself to the hospital.
Walking regularly kept Homer energetic. He not only lost weight, but his high blood pressure also improved significantly. He wanted to take Marge for walks with him.
Hey, I'd like that. I can't. I have to go pick up Grandpa. He proposed to another hooker at the bus station.
You sure love driving.
Homer had no choice but to go walking alone. As a result, he was hit by a car.
My feet are inside me.
Because Homer was seriously injured, the doctor told Marge to take good care of him, but Marge is also very tired from driving every day. She accidentally burned him while feeding him soup. To apologize, she accidentally spilled hot soup on him again.
Hot, warm, tepid, cool, cold, so cold.
Soon Homer recovered. His bones even became more flexible than before, yet he was tripped by Marge once more. The kids made their Christmas wishes, but Marge was in a tough spot. The TV they wanted cost a whopping $2,400. Just then, Homer turned on the TV, and an advertisement for a supermarket popped up. Smart TVs were on sale for under $500, but the deal was limited and first come, first served. Determined to get the TV, Marge decided to camp out overnight. She asked Homer to take over the line for her in the middle of the night. When Marge arrived at the supermarket, there was already a line at the door. In front of her stood an old, poor man, who had scrimped and saved all year to buy a doll for his granddaughter. As the weather grew colder, Marge couldn't bear to see the old man shivering, so she gave him her gloves. After all, Homer was coming soon, but as always, things didn't go as planned. Homer woke up on time and prepared to go out, but got stuck in the doorway. Marge waited until the store opened, and when the doors finally opened, everyone rushed in. By the time Marge reached the electronics section, she realized the old man had been knocked over.
Is there one drop of humanity in this big box store?
Marge couldn't just stand by. She rushed over and threw the old man onto the shelf so that he could get the last doll. However, the last TV had already been taken.
Jingle bells, we got the TV. Now the only thing we like is electricity. Hi!
Soon, the old man approached her, thanking her for helping him.
Well, that makes it well.
I can't leave without one of those. I'll give you $100 for it.
Can't say no to that.
Finally, Homer arrived, but Marge was so exhausted she didn't have the energy to argue. She just wanted to go home and enjoy Christmas. Back at home, Marge intended to cook with her frostbitten hands, but eventually, she just walked away, heartbroken. Homer blamed the kids, saying it was all their fault for wishing for such outrageous gifts. This Christmas, they needed to make it up to Mom. Lisa suggested taking Mom on a vacation to Florida, so Homer opened his computer. But the hotel prices were skyrocketing, until he found a cheap one that looked great. Lisa immediately suspected it was a scam, but Homer went ahead and booked the room anyway, even smashing the computer to prevent a refund. Homer suggested spending Christmas away, but Marge insisted Christmas should be at home, so Homer took a more forceful approach. He brewed Marge a cup of medicinal tea, and after she drank it, she quickly fell asleep. When she woke up, they were already on the road. The warm air even healed Marge's hands, but when they arrived at the hotel, Homer realized he'd been scammed. Marge decided that at least they could have fun outside.
Ooh, that's gonna be a big one.
The next morning, Bart and Lisa confronted the hotel owner. They claimed it was false advertising, but the owner didn't want to deal with them, so the family decided to go sightseeing instead.
Where's Maggie?
To cheer Marge up, everyone pretended to be happy. Marge saw right through it. She knew they didn't want to stay any longer. Reluctantly, they all confessed. But how could they get a refund on the hotel? Bart said he had a plan.
I shot my best friend in the face.
The family left the hotel, but soon their car ran out of gas. They had to walk back to town. Suddenly, Mo's bar appeared ahead. They pushed open the door and found a crowded room. Mo had arranged a dinner for the homeless, and he gave the Simpson family a place to stay. Later, the Florida hotel owner, still shaken, not only refunded the money, but also compensated Bart with some extra cash. In the end, Homer used that money to buy the TV.
You know there's a real log burning below it, right? Yeah, but is it HD?
It was Maggie's first day at preschool. She had to empty everything out of her pockets for inspection. Then she also had to be scanned for fleas. Maggie passed the check without any trouble, but the boy next to her was found to be covered in fleas. Before class began, the teacher gave everyone an intelligence test. Maggie's results came back as average, so she didn't get into the gifted class she had hoped for. Instead, she was placed in the regular class. Maggie saw her classmates happily painting together. She wanted to walk over and join them, but she only got black and gray paint. Maggie could only stare blankly as one boy ate all the paint. Just then, a butterfly flew past the window and caught Maggie's attention, but the thick-eyebrowed boy was quick. He slapped the butterfly flat against the wall. He never let any small creature pass by unharmed. At that moment, Maggie turned around and noticed a caterpillar crawling toward her. Out of curiosity, she gently picked it up to take a closer look. When the boy leaned in to see it too, clever Maggie pressed the caterpillar onto her eyebrow and pretended it was her eyebrow. She tricked the boy perfectly. As soon as the boy left, Maggie ran into an empty classroom with the caterpillar. Inside, she found a picture book. The book showed how a caterpillar slowly turns into a butterfly. Maggie flipped through the pages with fascination, watching the beautiful transformation. That's when she realized the caterpillar in her hand had already begun forming a cocoon. Maggie thought of the boy who had killed the butterfly, and sure enough, the boy appeared again the very next moment. Maggie grabbed a handful of dirt and threw it at him, then hugged the flower pot and ran. The boy chased after her relentlessly. Luckily, a toy train blocked his path, but during the escape, Maggie was knocked over by other kids. At that exact moment, the cocoon suddenly cracked open. A butterfly emerged from inside. Maggie tried to help the butterfly fly out the window, but she became tangled in the heavy curtains. The boy watched Maggie smugly. Maggie sat on the floor, heartbroken, on the verge of tears. After school, Marge came to pick Maggie up. The boy waved goodbye to Maggie and made a mocking face at her. He never realized the butterfly had already been switched. The real butterfly had been cleverly hidden by Maggie, now sitting in her hair as an adorable butterfly bow. Suddenly, all the fat guys in town became skinny. Even Marge's sisters slimmed down and turned into beauties. Homer was the only one left, a rare remaining fat man. It all started with Barney's dramatic weight loss. Seeing the once plump Barney become so thin, everyone suspected he had drunk himself into a terminal illness. Mo even pulled out an insurance policy he had prepared long ago, but Barney explained that his blood sugar was just a bit high. The doctor prescribed him a medication. One of its side effects was rapid weight loss. It also made people quit drinking alcohol.
Don't crave alcohol. Can't let this get out.
When the overweight police chief heard about it, he rushed to get his hands on the drug. Soon, the world had one less incompetent fat cop and one more agile, crime-solving superhero. The results were so dramatic that fat people all over town started paying for the drug. Before long, most of the town's overweight residents had slimmed down. Everyone basked in the happiness of being thin. Everyone except Homer. Bart asked him why he wouldn't use the drug. Homer replied that once you took it, you couldn't eat junk food anymore. Taking away junk food, he said, would basically kill him.
Hey, at least I'll never lose you in a crowd.
Bart, enough with the fat shaming. I love Dad however he looks, and Mom does too, right, Mom?
Right, Marge?
As the only woman in town whose husband is overweight, Maggie feels immense pressure. She was so stressed that she began hallucinating. The drug appeared to step out of the TV screen and showed her a slimmed-down version of Homer. The drug claimed that obesity would damage Homer's health and even shorten his lifespan. Eventually, Marge confessed everything to Homer. She begged him to get the injection. If he died too early, she said, he wouldn't get to see the kid's bright future. Convinced at last, Homer went to the hospital. But things weren't that simple. The drug required ongoing treatment, and each injection was outrageously expensive. Even so, the hospital was out of stock. Demand far exceeded supply. Homer later tried his luck at a pharmacy, only to find the shelves completely cleared out. With no other choice, he turned to the black market for the drug. The former fat Tony was gone. Now it was skinny Tony selling pills.